Hello everybody, welcome to Sweetest Monster. We are on Twitch right now, but this will be uploaded to YouTube later. I'm currently having to use my mic on the controller for reasons that I'd rather not get into right now. But we're working on a platinum for this game, so let's go ahead and dive back in. Button error, that's my bad. Sorry, I'll be right back. You might just skip ahead. There should be chapters down below. Alrighty, let's go ahead and get back into it. There may be more than a few breaks this playthrough, but I'll do what I can from my end to minimize it. It is interesting to hear her talk about the human body like she is. He's right. Like we as humans, obviously we're humans our whole lives, and to have a spirit take on that form, getting into like this new suit, you're checking it out, you're flexing it, you're seeing how it works, is it right, does it fit? It's interesting. You know, drawing from personal experience, it's not exactly easy to be caught up in a marriage that, well, isn't really going well. And it does put you in like this questionable state. Temptation grows from outside sources. It's pretty hard to fight when you have these biological, mental, and emotional needs not being met. Because you're human, you know, and it gets crazy. It takes a lot of strength and a lot of will, depending on the person, to keep fighting, you know. Inevitably, something is bound to happen, either good or ill, but it is how it is. I mean, essentially, you know, it takes two to tango, and that's the most important part. Both partners trying to act and keep in unison. Not easy, but it's there. Now, I can't speak on children like he is, but so I can't really offer an opinion on that, but I can only imagine that it makes the marriage harder, and it makes things more complicated. But I think down to the core of it, you love your child, and you do what you can. So yeah, I guess that's what I have to offer on that. Although the game is a decent example, well written, in my opinion. Now this, I definitely click with. I think I can be cold sometimes and selfish, but it's like him, I like to think I'm a decent person. The art direction in this game is interesting. A couple of the characters kind of made me uneasy, like Sally, her eyes. I don't know, maybe there's supposed to be a distinction between her and the cat girl. I can't remember her name. So because maybe the artist is trying to show like Sally's like this contradictory character to what's her name. It's good direction, but again, the eyes, it's like, oof, it's crazy. Also, just to note, as I'm sitting here watching the game, and you, the viewers, probably watching with me, maybe not, I don't know, the game is not exactly a very popular game, not because of the game itself, but I think it's just a bit of a low-key game that not a whole lot of people know about. Also, the game type, the story, the narrative, like itself, how it works, being a quote-unquote video game. It's more that interactive novel a bit, but it's more of a story you're watching. And I'm not really engaging here, I'm just reading the words as they go by. So, very low key, very low energy, but if you like a good story and you're into humans being cats, cats being humans, marriage dynamics, complications, temptations, father-daughter relationships. It's really interesting. So here's where I differ from Robin, because in this situation, Sally, in my opinion, as a guy, having been in Robin's position, there's some disrespect going on, whatever, maybe you call it what you want, but this is where I have, in attempts to complicate relationships, is that I'm one that's respect for respect. If I'm being disrespected, it's hard for me to respect the person that is disrespecting me in the moment, unless it is a long-term relationship. And then, personally, there's like an allowance that, or, like padding and whatnot, that can be tolerated. But essentially, it's not like a control thing. It's more of like, I don't like the way you're disrespecting me right now. And in the moment, I'm losing respect for how balanced this is. Became unbalanced. And we need to walk away for a bit, because when I'm coming at it like that, or being come at like that, it can trigger me. Not in a dramatic violent sort of way or whatever, but it becomes overwhelming emotionally, mentally, and I just have to say, you know what, no, we need a break. I can't do this right now. I'm going to go get some air, and we'll talk about it when we calm down, which to me, in my experience, is one of the best approaches in a relationship. And thankfully, I have a partner that feels the same way. And so, just some insight. And hopefully she won't kill me for that. But I love our dynamic. I love our relationship. I love her. And you're going to face challenges, but part of life, part of marriage. Well, once we get married, we're not married yet, but I do plan on proposing. She knows that. We've talked about it. We've looked at rings. Personal life right now, I was getting some things squared away before I can really start planning deeply and long-term for being a husband again. So you'll notice key spelling variations in certain words like prozzies or prosies. It seems like the game was created probably overseas. I'm American, so it might have been written elsewhere. For example, earlier I spelled pajamas, Pyjamas. Common spelling I've seen is Pajamas, although I could be wrong on that. But anyway, just some notes. the halcyon honeymoon period, followed by disappointment, diffidence, and gradual decay. Again, it comes down to the partners. Both partners have to be willing and wanting to try to fix it. If one partner has already checked out, and for a while there's no want to even try, then at that point, I don't know, man. It's hard to say, like, what we're seeing in this dynamic, Robin and Sally. I mean, you see Robin wanting to try. He's trying to be positive with Sally, but Sally just returns this negative energy. And obviously not a healthy relationship. That's the other thing. You've got to be honest about your feelings and your emotions when and where it's needed, because you can't let things build up. You can't let things just rot and decay. You've got to be open and willing to share, because closing up, that does not help at all. That's important to touch on. Just like you said, to escape. Yeah, this exchange. Again, it touches on the key concept of having to step away for a bit. Been there. I've never really gotten real loud, but definitely voices raised. It can get crazy. Some other notes personally, I've never really gotten to the point where things have been thrown or doors slammed or anything to that regard. It tends to be maybe mid-level, I guess you could say. Again, some arguing, some debate, crying because of high emotions, but pretty standard stuff. Nothing overly dramatic or so. I mean that on both sides, not just from my part, partners. So, and again, thankfully, lovingly, my partner feels the same, and we work to make sure that doesn't happen. So. Alright, y'all, I'll be right back. If you're watching on YouTube, again, 2 chapters below, you can just skip ahead. I know we've also had some lurkers today, so thank y'all for hanging out. Give me a few minutes, and we'll jump back into it. Be right back. Okay, y'all, my apologies. Let's get back into it. But she's straight up just being honest about everything. I'm not entirely sure if she even knows that he's married. I mean, I wouldn't worry about the swing. Seriously, it's not that high off the ground. Worst case, you fall, and it's usually with sand. So. She's, yeah, kind of getting a teasing manner here. Applying for jobs. That would be interesting. She could always be a cosplayer. Again, Robin, he's walking a weird line here. And of course, I think she's going to go with the ears. Yeah, we're not having an affair. I mean, he makes a good point. It's just some stranger, but given the precarious situation of his marriage, and earlier in the game, his wife thinks he's flirting or being too friendly to people, women especially. Still a bit of a gamble. Oh no. Here comes the mouth action. I mean, again, it's like the ice cream costs 60p. There it is. Costs 60p. They're talking about mini milk. I'm not entirely familiar with the concepts, but in context, it kind of makes sense. Yeah. She knew what she was doing. He did too. He knew it. Subconsciously, he knew it. And he wanted to see it. Soft, barely audible. Maybe I'm in a state of hyper-awareness. Huh. Oh, me. A lot more than that. Sticky cheeks. Definitely a contrast. Definitely a contrast. Rubbing. Shit. There it is. Oh, those guys in trouble. Geez, uncomfortable interactions. There's not even talk in the table engagements. Ugh, that's rough. You know, see, this I disagree with. Music is not a DOS subject to joke. Music has been a part of the human lineage for generations, ancient tribal times even, and inspires creative feelings, joy, obviously anger, sadness, because that's what it does, man. It speaks to us. And music teachers are unappreciated. Every teacher is unappreciated. The things they have to deal with on a daily basis. Yeesh. putting on an act. Yeah. In a uniform like that. Talking to a male teacher in his 40s. Yeah. She knows what she's doing. So, if those clothes are a part of her anatomy, then if you try to take them off, you can't. I guess she would just make them disappear or change. Yeah, interesting. That's a good point. What is it about a schoolgirl uniform? I mean, as a guy, when you're coming up in school, it is definitely appealing, to say the least. But as you get older, it can definitely change. Like when young girls pay attention to them. That's fair. Okay, so he just mentioned the Lord is my shepherd. So this is a private school, it sounds like. The time and place to discuss one's sexual fantasies on lunch break in the music room in a primary school, no less, is not one of them. He's more professional than that. He's got control, you gotta give him that. There it is. Very naughty girl. Fast becoming the bane of my existence. I've always been of the opinion that naughty girls should be punished. Damn. Unfortunately, corporal punishment has been illegal for a long, long time. We're living in the 21st century now. What a pity. I do so love being scolded. Wow. Oh, man. If I can't be scolded properly in the manner to which I'm accustomed, at least I can be praised. Whoa. Being a living, breathing creature, I would find this monthly tuning exercise of being opened and invaded by unfamiliar fingers deeply embarrassing. Or I'd enjoy it. Who knows? I need to stop. Yeah, that is very generous. I don't know about over generous, but that just depends. Yeah, I mean, that makes sense with his daughter. But then when your kid grows up and kind of breaks away from it, I kind of experienced that with my little brothers and video games. It hurts, but it's part of life, you know? They move on. It's funny when you think back at the earlier content of Robin and Belle as the cat. Belle being like this, what was perceived as a very cranky cat. Didn't like the other ones. The other cats thought there was something off about her. Then Robin jumps in to save her in the river, and now she sees this hero and becomes attached to him. So it's like this contradictory thing, but at the same time, it's kind of a love story cliche. At the same time, in this context, when you look at it from an overall point of view, she kind of comes off as a bit of a siren character. Essentially, sirens are supposed to represent the female allure, their wiles, the way to draw men in, or even, women themselves, and keep them, or eat them, or torture them, or feed off their energy, kind of like a succubus. But here, it seems like it's a bit of both, because I think there's something darker about Belle. But I guess we'll find out. So, to answer Sally's question, in my way, I would have been like, it's time for you to look at the clock. But I'm sarcastic, so. Yeah, there's just so much like lack of trust on Sally's part here. I kind of connect with Robin on the fact that he's kind of clumsy, mentally doing the best he can, but it's not good enough, kind of thing. Yeah, no, there's no... He's right, there's no trust in either way. Bickering, suspicion, paranoia. I didn't really have this in my childhood. There was definitely bickering, divorce, but I never really met any paranoia, except for in my father's second marriage. There was definitely paranoia there. I won't go into it, but the fact that Sally's just like, you know what time it is? Why didn't you look at your voice when I was on this and that? This is what I'm like, is there a point to this? I messed up. I forgot to tell you about the meeting. I'm sorry. But anyway. Okay, let me stop it here. Robin needing to prepare himself to talk to his daughter about an emotional state, anxiety. He needs to prepare himself. I get that. I find times where I need to wind up to big talks as well. If it's thrown at me, I can deal. But the aftermath, it varies. I guess that's where it comes from, my social anxiety, paired with bipolar and ADHD. Ugh, it's not easy, so I totally jive with this as well. Again, Robin's a character I can definitely connect with. She is definitely ignoring him. It's funny, as you read the text, it's describing things like there's a picture in front of you. So it seems like this may have started out as a short story and then got adapted to a bit of a graphic story. But they kept the short story writing type up against the images. Again, interesting. Damn, this is brutal. I mean, maybe she loved me more back then. Maybe I loved her more back then. I don't think there's any lesser degree of love as things get older and they complicate. I think that there's a ratio where the heavier things might feel like they outweigh the love and lessens the love, but I think it's always there. In regards to, father-daughter, mother-son, vice versa. But again, that's only coming from personal experience and the way I process things. Ratios and percentages always make better sense to me than vague, details. It's hard to explain. He's trying so hard here. That's another bad habit of mine, is rambling. See, so the reason for that, for me, is my ADHD, because I go into these rambling tangents, going over every detail, leading up the whole story, instead of just getting right to the core of it. Sometimes it affects my professional life, definitely my personal life. And I think it puts people off, because a lot of people I engage with are just like, okay, get to the point, kind of aggravating, but it's something that's not worked on. Yeah, children are not perfect angels. They're human. There's just no way. I mean, you're going to have your good ones that are, I guess obedient, and they listen, they interact, not overly over the top. But you've also got kids who are the polar opposite, and then the ones in between. I never had a chance to have kids. I'm still kind of young, just turned 40, but I wanted to be a father for a long time. When I was diagnosed bipolar, and I couldn't see myself doing it. I had to struggle ahead, and it was hard to tell my ex that I'm sorry, I can't do it, because we'd originally talked about it before the marriage, and it was heavy, you know. I was figuring out something new about myself, and I knew that with that weight, I would make a good father. So I'm proud of myself for that, but at the same time, I feel like I might have robbed my future of something special. But, I might regret it, but also, I think it was a good choice. And here we have stalker material. Human cats stalking their prey. Acceptable ruse. I didn't be a little suspicious, though. I disagree. Because I'm so adorable. Because I'm starting to develop a guilty conscience, but I don't say that. Instead, I shake my head. Okay, I mean, this is on him, though. He's allowing the kisses. He hasn't told her we can stay friends, you can talk with me and all that, but at the same time, he is allowing it. Old enough to be her great-great-grandmother. That's right, she was Marie Antoinette. That's a fair point. So she was Marie Antoinette. Her head was lopped off, though. I guess she's kind of like Deadpool. I mean, if she can remake her body, reshift her form, maybe cutting off her head doesn't kill her. Take some time to recover, but that's interesting. That's a whole 24 hours ago. I thought I was going to die. She might as well be a teenager. Then again, I guess when you're in love, that's how it is. He won't admit to it. Yeah. How could I not? Who wouldn't think about her, especially given she insists on wearing such ridiculous and impractical outfits? I think he means attractive outfits. Honestly, no. I had a very busy day. I knew it. That's me, totally. I am more transparent than I believe I am. And that's been proven more than a few times. I've gotten caught in, like, joking lies saying that... I don't remember the last time, but... yeah, it's true. Nothing major like cheating or anything, like, conducive to the story, but... little funny things. Poker, for one. I can't play poker because of my, yeah, well, that fact. She is pushing so hard. Oh, man. It's far more enjoyable to spend time with the person you like or love. Why am I so weak-willed? God. Yeah. I mean... in his defense, this isn't like an ancient spirit that humanity has probably ever very rarely encountered. And then there's the multi-layered of like her being this attractive schoolgirl, uniform, and the eyes, the physique, the ancient wisdom, so to speak. I'll just say I'm your trophy wife. Oh, snap. Where do spirits pick up such phrases? He said something about the kids earlier. Wow. Oh shit, she's calling him out. And she knows he's married and has a daughter. Dang. She's working all the angles. Gay old time, yeah. No way he's gonna do it. Oh, that's true. I'm an adult, and I know I shouldn't come here, but adult though I may be. Wow. Oh, so they are in England. Okay, that makes sense. The Baskin-Robbins. Geez, he's digging deep now. He's imagining, or replaying anyway. Delicious. The wet pop. Wow. I mean, she's been around long enough. Again, she knows what she's doing. Do you want to try some? Teasing. I'm not entirely sure I could have my phone off with a family. But I guess if at school, yeah, I don't know. I couldn't do it. Damn. Why did she kick him? You hurt my feelings refusing to share a delicious massacre. Uh-oh. Oh, shit. Please don't say it's just things when we're out in public. We look suspicious enough as it is. Oh, my speech impediment. Oh. She is demanding. I don't know. I mean, I can see like a father just casually reaching across and getting ice cream off his daughter's nose. I guess the big difference would be if they put it in their mouth or if they just throw it on a napkin. I think it's kind of a loving thing you can do. First date, there it is. What do you mean, date? I lower my voice to whisper and lean forwards, glaring. Remember, you're meant to be my daughter. That's what I said, and I'm going to stick to my story. Unless you're in Arkansas. You're being way too pure into it. She called him daddy. He was a human mind in the opposable thumbs. She want to take advantage of that. What about the romance? Not to bourgeois. I pause. Since you were Grant and Clarice's cat for almost 8 years, I guess that means you really are family. You've known me ever since I was a little boy. And you've known me since I was about this tall. Yeah. I mean, childhood friends. I'd say more like frenemies. Yeah, there it is. Used to scratch and bite me. Yeah, that's true. An appreciation from all sources will do that. Belle's eyes are as sharp as ever, even when she speaks with a slight tilt in her tone. Essentially, she's pointing out, you've got all these bad things in your life and you have so much more to offer. And she's in his life, even though she's obviously out of nowhere, tempting, teasing, and essentially trying to ruin his marriage. That she's going to clean it up or not. She's, for all her teasing and whatnot, she really is trying to empower him. Sweet. Uh-oh, here it comes. He's gonna reach in. Like a wicked witch or femme fatale with all her knowing eyes on a too short skirt. True. Lean forward, napkin crumpled in my hand. Good touch. All of a sudden, Belle's face seems far too close. I can almost count each of her individual eyelashes. Got you. Oh shit. What? All of a sudden, I feel something against my lips, something soft, warm, and not entirely unwelcome. Damn. Man, I knew something was up. Yeah. That makes you the unexpected huntsman. Bit of a Snow White reference. He's a good guy, but he follows his queen. Presses forwards, pushing my back against the chair. Her tongue enters my mouth. Taste of ice cream, shockingly sweet. Her tongue is strangely cold compared to the warmth of her lips. Oh boy. When was the last time somebody kissed me like this? I can't remember. Yeah. He's starved. Like he is emotionally, physically, and mentally starved. You get in a situation like that after years of starvation on those levels, and it is hard to fight it. You gotta have the strength, you gotta have the will, you have to have the experience. I won't go into details as to why I say that, but I might have a heart attack. Unquestionable, unshakable truth. They look almost surprised as I do, their mouths wide open. Oh man. She's made it even more awkward. Yes, of course. I mean, like crisp 10 pounds. It calls back to Ferris Bueller's Day Off when they're going out to the car. His girlfriend is meeting him out there. The principal's watching, and he's like, "Do you have a kiss for daddy?" And they kiss, and the principal's like, "Huh, that's how they do it in their family." Oh, he's going off. Because it was fun. Temptress, evil witch. I mean, she really, given her age, she probably sees humans in events like this as, oh, that's true. But she probably sees things like that as dismissive, like, what's the big deal, kind of thing. That's it, right there, sadism. Harmless fun. For you, maybe. Interesting. Yeah. Wow. She just doesn't get it. Right? She does get it, but that's nuts. It's true. It's funny, she does reflect the behavior of a cat as they rub up against you and put a scent on you. It's kind of what she just did with the kiss. Or a male cat when they spray. You know, Robin's character reminds me of the main character from 11/22/63. It's a Stephen King novel, and that character is a teacher as well, except he's an English teacher. I need to reread that book. It's really good. I have it on audiobook. There's also a series on Hulu, which is pretty decent. Yeah, cats are jerks. I love cats. I'm actually a cat person. They just do whatever they want. But she has a last name? Oh, this is interesting. Kind of Lovecraftian abomination. Is that the term abomination? That's discrimination. Fair point. I didn't know spirits were all that concerned about being politically correct. You'd be surprised. They must be interested in human politics, maybe even takes inspiration from them. Suit you. Oh, come on, what's your real name? Don't you think Bella's cute, a musical name? It's less obvious than Melody. Oh, wow. Bit of a fourth wall there, break to the author. And the character. That's true. It is kind of ironic. I name her Melody and she doesn't get into music. Bubbles and Goldie are testament to that. That's like me with my stuffed bears collection. Yes, I have a stuffed bears collection, very minimal, but there's often Teddy, there's Barry. I also got a couple others. One is holiday related. So, Belle was locked up as a cat. People always say black cats are unlucky. I thought it was a silly superstition, but now I feel inclined to agree with them. Oh my god, what if anybody in the ice cream parlor knew me? How would they know you? I mean, he's a local teacher. Highly esteemed. Far too ridiculous for me to say it without physical indication. It's blatant dishonesty. Music teacher Mr. Hawkins getting off with a girl who goes to St. Catherine's. Wow. I'm thinking it. I bet nothing comes of it. I mean, you bet, but you don't know. There are more primary schools around here than the one you worked at. I'm sure nobody was you. It's another fair point. You're probably right, but what if? It's funny because you got this knowledge and wisdom of this ancient being going up against a human being that has lived a human life. What if? What if you get run over by a car? What if you contract a terminal disease? What if you fall into a lake and drown when trying to rescue a cat? Oh, that's a low blow. You humans get so hung up on the countless possibilities that you never do anything. It's true. And it does cause a fear. Paralyzing fear. Again, another point. There are a lot of things in the world today that basically kind of teach you or paralyze you enough to just wait and die. Personally, I've done some things that I am proud of that add out to equal that I can be proud on my deathbed. So, I don't think I'm as worried as some people about leaving something behind. Especially this YouTube channel or the Twitch channel or the impact I've had on family and friends. Pessimists are more likely to give up without even trying. Very true. Okay, now this reminds me of Soul, the soul that didn't want to become human and get born, but then she's thrust down to earth and she starts to like it, like the city life, the things you can do in life. It kind of reminds me of what Belle is getting to right now. Bill's character right now, too, is also kind of testament in the writing to the facade, quote unquote, that people put up when they're actually a lot wiser than they seem. I really do love you, Robin. It didn't just get you for a cheap thrill or some perverse entertainment, though that's only was part of it. I did it because I wanted you to know. I've loved you for so long, ever since you saved me. I didn't have a voice back then, so I couldn't tell you how I felt, but I thought it every single day for the last 30 years. Oh man. I don't need anybody else to have you. I'm very possessive and I don't like sharing. Oh shit. Here we go. Going all Black Widow. Whoa. Maybe it's because we're all alone. What is he doing? There's a vibrating in the controller right now. Your heartbeat. Both participants close their eyes. Yeah. Probably quite bad. I think I might be falling for her. Ooh. And no, it isn't just because of the short skirt. Again, the writing. It's not every day a man hears a confession that sounds quite as sincere as this. Especially somebody in their 40s. My heart really does belong to her. While you tried to save me, your destinies became interlinked. You've already committed to me, Robin. You can't escape now. Yikes. Just try to leave me if you dare. I'll drag you back each and every time. Bro. And where the hell have you been? Wow. So here's the thing. I'm guessing that things are going to start going better for his wife and his daughter in their relationships with him. But at the same time, he's also falling for Belle. So I guess Belle empowering him gives a different vibe to his family, which in turn makes it better with his family. It's kind of a weird loop, because he finally has somebody in his life that really respects him, sees who he is, empowers him, feeds him positivity, tells him the truth without like nagging at him, which does wonders. So it's an interesting dynamic in the story. Okay, the text just got a lot smaller. mean, the weather in England, like, I think they call it an English summer. I guess you have to have umbrellas. Oh no. It's a cat. A black cat. That isn't Belle. Belle's eyes are far greener than that. Oh. I wonder if they're going to take it in. Poet, portent of misfortune. Oh, nothing. I just got a little waylaid, that's all. Waylaid? I start to panic. Why am I panicking? There's nothing suspicious about being nuzzled by a cat, is there? Not usually, no. I guess I'm pretty popular. A real ladies' man, haha. I've seen a black cat a lot like this one hanging around the neighborhood lately. Of course. Oh, you have you? It's peculiar things. It's bright green eyes. Stalker. Stalker, stalker, stalker. Wow. Oh, that's messed up. Sally hates people who can't commit to keeping a pet. I'd hate to know what she would think about me. I can't even commit to my own wife. Oof. Wow. How the hell is this going to end? Now, obviously this story could go a lot of ways. Certain Japanese animation films, whatever niche you're into, actual anime, hentai, whatever, the hardcore ones, well, I guess especially in hentai, in this case, Bill would just take total control of the male and he disregards his whole family, and Belle and him have fun and she toys with him, literally like a cat with a mouse. Obviously, in anime, it would probably be a bit different. And probably the same in hentai, too, depending on the series. But it's like that in all kinds of media, too. I mean, there's ancient Roman and Greek tales of the same thing. Humans choosing their partners over gods. Humans choosing gods over their partners. Usually the gods punish the human for choosing a human over themselves because of ruined pride. It's crazy. Funny, they haven't showed Melody a whole lot, which I guess is a bit of representation of how he really feels about his daughter. Interesting. That's a cute little bit. Oh, that's relatable. There's no wrong. For Elise saying their grandmother's dusty old study must have some masochist tendencies tucked away somewhere. Fear, Elise? I'm not entirely sure what that is. Obviously a game. Alright, y'all. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go and pause here for a few minutes. Hey, Random. Alright, let's go ahead and get back into it for a bit. I won't be able to stay on much longer, but we'll see how far we can get. That is true, and it rains, it limits social engagements, potentially. Is he about to head back to the car, see Melly, and she's befriended Belle? That would be interesting. Maybe not. I guess that Melly going back to the car was just a reason for her not to be in the shot. Because obviously as a player and a viewer, you're going to wonder, it's like, well, why isn't her daughter? So you got to come up with something like, well, she's at the car. Oh. Foreshadowing? Thought this was about to turn into a fight. It's good to see it didn't. So you've got his wife on the other hand who's scary enough, and then you've got this quote-unquote demon who is possessive. Oh, wow. Right there with the family she shows up. Jeez. Oh, no worries, Random. I'm off and on at work, so we've been going for a while now. I'm trying to complete this story in between projects. Hopefully everything's going right for you. Hey, sorry, y'all. Currently caught up in something, but still here hanging out. A random? Yeah, it's cool they can hang out. I apologize, I'm not engaged as I usually am, but wow. Well, she's really going after him. Anyway, I'll be back in a few minutes. Just to note, this will be uploaded on YouTube, so random lurkers, if you get interested, if you missed anything, you can view it here on Twitch or YouTube. YouTube will have chapters. You can skip over certain content. It's rude to string two women along? Really? That's what she's going with? Maybe realize something. Tired of waiting around for you. I just wanted 30 years, waited 30 years. Give a girl a break. I'm going crazy here. You're going crazy. Tell her. Come on, man, let it out. What do you think you're doing to me? I wonder. She's going to be leaving a hickey. Alright, y'all, I'll be right back. Okay, y'all. I'm going to go ahead and have to call it a day. Random, thanks for popping in, sir. I'll be back tonight with Stellar Blade, but we'll see. I take the night off. I've been doing it the last 2 nights. The last part was lost because YouTube's being a dick. But anyway, I hope y'all enjoyed it. We had some lurkers, and appreciate everybody. Again, this will be up on YouTube as well. Thank you, sir. Hope you have a good day, Random. And again, appreciate everybody. Stay safe, stay sane. Remember, you're awesome. Never let the world tear us. See you. Just to note, it's been a hell of a stream. Very interesting. We're getting towards the end, I think. We'll find out later. See you.